By the way, that was a vision that the Apostle John saw. So when you read the scripture, you're supposed to have the same vision. You're going to find out that vision plays an important part in this thing about it. You should be able to conceptualize, visualize what you read. Because what that does is it builds up your faith even more. Because you can actually see it, like the saying goes, in your mind's eye. You can actually see it in your mind's eye. You can actually see these prophecies coming to pass in your mind's eye. And it builds up your faith even more. Visualization is very important. The importance of visualization. Visualize what you read. Okay?
All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Baha, Rachakodash. And the Wadi Bashem, Yahushai for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, can you see this prophecy? All right. And what you were just listening to was Elder Apostle Gabar speaking at their last camp, which was yesterday. And while I was watching it, there was that immediately sparked, in my mind's eye to do this lesson, because I feel that was a very good point that, at the end of the day, a lot of times the problem with Jake, and we know it's the spirit that they can't see it, but a lot of it, there's reasons. And one of them is carnality. You have this carnal mindset that how can the whole world be chipped, or, so at the end of the day, can you see this prophecy? Okay. Can you see this prophecy? And we see it. All right. The Wadi al-Bashem al-Shai, we can see how the prophecy, okay, of what we know the MOTB is, how it will come to pass, how it will be, possible. Okay. It's going to be possible. All right. And you have to understand that, when you think about these things, I mean, it's very simple. Okay. I mean, look, you got Jake all the way on the other side of the world. We're over here because of what? The curses. That was possible. We're known as the sand of the sea. But when you look at things through the spiritual lens and you understand that it is going to play out. All right. Now, real quick, this is Proverbs 29:18. I'm not going to make this long, but I do just want to make a couple points. Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. So the Jakes that are not allowed to see this, all right, real quick, Matthews 13:16, the Israelites that can't see the MOTB for what it is, they're going to perish. Okay, they're going to perish. You have Israelites right now that some of you brothers and sisters might have watched before, could even still be watching. And you may watch them because the videos they're doing is not on the MOTB, but it's on Esau or Christianity. Well, understand these guys that you watch and, elder and, and get them a good lesson and, great class. Those guys don't have the vision. Okay. They can't see the MOTB for what it is. There was a time where a lot of men couldn't see that Cornelius was an Israelite. You see? So this is Matthews 13:16. It says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Okay? For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. So right here, okay, because in one aspect you have Israelites that can see, and then another aspect, they actually, there's another set of Israelites that can't see, okay? So these situations have to be addressed so that you understand that you have to visualize this, okay? You actually have to visualize it in your mind how prophecy will play out, okay? You think about the third woe, you think about the destruction, the lake of fire, then you also have to think about how society is going to be changed into the infrastructure of the MOTB. You actually, you have to envision that, okay? And we can see it's very easy. It's already here, okay? It's really already here, but can you see it? Can you see that the world will be tried through an hour of temptation, meaning they will be put in a position where they are told this is what now you have to have. Okay. And it's very simple, Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. See? So you got to visualize this, meaning you got to understand what's at the end of the tunnel. So people that don't know what's going on, they're going to be finished, They look out the window, it's darkened. I don't know what's going on. This is why wisdom and knowledge will be your stability in the times ahead. It says, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he, right? So at the end of the day, we are to see this thing, we are to see prophecy. And real quick, this also came to mind, 2 Corinthians 4. And let's just start at 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So this thing's about progression. Okay. This walk is about becoming new, becoming better, becoming more than you were yesterday. All right. And you could have a brother or sister that maybe yesterday, I'm just using as an example, may have not seen, this vision, but now today they can see it. Like, wow, I see it. Because guess what? You're going to see what John saw. Okay. John saw the prophecy being fulfilled. All right. Did he know what it was? Did he know that what a micro? No, he didn't know what it was, because that technology was for this time period. Okay. So we can actually see this prophecy coming to pass in our lifetime. All right. That's another thing. You have to look and not faint, like, maybe it'll be another life. No. You always got to have that mind's eye that, hey, this is it. Okay. We're waiting for this. This is why even back then they asked Yahushua, will you now restore the kingdom to Israel? But he said, it's not for you to know. Okay. So it says, for our light affliction, which we're being afflicted. Okay. Yeah, we're being afflicted. This is why we pray more, seeking Yahushua more. Can you see Yahushua returning? Can you see these prophecies? Can you see these things? All right. It says, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, like literally carnally. Okay, look in front of you, you see, the window, the pens, and, wherever you're at, you can see that, right? But right now, can you see prophecy physically? Not certain prophecies, but we can see the buildup. That's the point. We're seeing the buildup. But at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's what? Our kingdom. So the things we're seeing right now is temporal. Even prophecy is temporal. There's going to come a point where you're going to carnally see prophecy, okay? Meaning physically. Right now, we can see prophecy in our mind, meaning we're thinking upon it, how it's going to play out, okay? The avenues it's going to take place in. So, but understand this, the MOTB is a prophecy, but it will be a temporary prophecy. It's going to come, it's going to be fulfilled, and then it's going to pass, okay? But the point is, can you see it? Now, I was also looking up when I was listening to the elders camp, and I just Googled a cashless society because I was just curious. And there's a lot of information. Now, the reason I'm using cashless society as an example, because in Revelations 13, John saw the aspect of buying and selling, meaning he saw commerce, he saw transaction. Okay, he saw he saw people using the mark for financial transactions. Okay, see, and Rev 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So John saw people, all right, buying, selling, and trading with this technology. Okay, I was just curious. So that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark. So that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark. Right. No more Amazon. Okay. No more Amazon. You can't. And even right now, you look at right now. I'm glad that I just mentioned Amazon. You can't buy something off Amazon with your $100 bill that you have right now, your 50, your 20, someone who's homeless, they're already excluded out of society when you think about it. People that use cash right now and just cash, they're excluded from a lot of things that society now gives you. Okay, the Grubhubs, Amazon, Uber, okay, Lyft, all that's through your cell phones. All right, that's through a digital platform. Okay, So you got to be able to see this. And this is why when I go to the store and I see cash not accepted, it's like, see, you can see how gradualism has taken effect. Okay. And so I just put in cashless society, and it says, in a cashless society, financial transactions are not conducted with physical banknotes, right? Nothing physical, okay? But instead with digital information, all right? Digital information. Now, I went right here. It says, is the U.S. going to a cashless society? It might be said that the U.S. is heading towards a cashless society. See? So can you see this prophecy? Can you actually see this prophecy playing out? Because you have a lot of our people that are skeptical, okay, which really they're carnal, okay. I've actually heard statements as basically, I think, I don't even want to guess because I'm not trying to misquote anyone, but I heard, okay, an Israelite teacher from another camp, of course, another doctrine, all right, however you want to put it, but I heard him say basically, if I'm not mistaken, he said they don't have enough. Yeah, he said how they gonna get the world? They don't have enough. And I was like, damn, that's a real carnal mindset. When you start thinking about these things, you can't look at it in the aspect of carnality. Like, okay, let me count all the ICB, let me count all those. Okay, now I believe that prophecy. Let me count all the, all those C-hips. Okay, now I believe it. Like, you can't carnally try to grasp this. You have to see it first in the spirit. You have to see it before it happens. And that's what makes a prophet, okay? Speaking it before it happens. And it says small businesses have even put up signs saying that they no longer accept cash. Another factor that's driving this change, cash payments can take longer. So now they're giving you reasons or explanations why there would be no need for cash. And even though I was reading this one, check this out. Another reason why they said there would be no cash is right here. Okay, right here. See that? Because it might be financing, So this is a real thing. Okay, this is a real thing. So they want to, and this proves control. Okay, this proves control. All right. So what they want to do is control you. All right. Your footprint. They want to control what you're buying, what you spend, how you spend it, where you're spending, and what are you using to spend. See, now understand that this prophecy makes all the sense in the world when you understand that there's going to be an attempt of a new world order. All right. It makes a lot of sense, because if they're getting ready to start a new system, well, they're going to have a new financial outlet that they all want you to abide by. Okay. During the time of the Maccabees, did not the Maccabees create their own currency after they defeated the Greeks? So you have to understand that with this attempt to globalize the world under their thumb, right, under their footprint, they're also going to create a new way of finance that they want you to abide by. Okay. But this is something you got to see. And if you can't see it, where there's no vision, the people perish. Okay. This is why seers were important, because we could see. Okay. And even Esau on the left-hand side, he has seers, but they call them augurs. Okay. Is it in the Etamon? Let me see. Let me put augur. I think it's G-A-R. Let's see. I think let's try. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Let's try A-U-G-A-R. But we can go to Google. Okay, yep. It says ancient Romans functionaries whose duty was to observe and interpret auspices or reputed natural signs concerning future events. This is why when a president in Babylon becomes a president, it's during his inauguration. Okay, meaning this is a ritual that we're putting this man in office because of what he's proclaiming he's going to do in the future. This is why the whole spiel in their campaigns is always, we're going to clean up the streets. We're going to do this. We're going to blah, 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 blah. It's all about the future of what we're going to do. See? But that's all just to get you, trick you, right? And it says concerning future events. So they have left-hand prophets. a religious official in ancient Rome, originally meaning an increase in crops enacted in ritual. Okay, so right here, this is why you have an augur. Okay, so that's why you have an inauguration. So they have left-hand seers, and they can see with the number crunching, okay, and the way they're moving, that yes, we can operate with a cashless society as long as there's a platform of something that we can use to fill in that void. And what is that void? They'll fill it with is digital currency. So can you see what John saw? You know, so I'm just looking at a couple of these. 1 Samuel 9:9, it says, before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of Yahweh. So when you wanted to inquire, okay, when you wanted to get a question answered by your God, Yahweh, right? Thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. So really, if Jake was in the right spirit, they would come up to camp and ask us, what do you think is going on with this? And we'll tell you, hey, don't take this, call on this name. All right. But now living in the last days, when those statements are made, what do we got to deal with? 2 Peter 3 is scoffers. You have Israelites that actually scoff at the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, 2 Peter 3:3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own flesh. I've seen men tape potato chips to their hand and laugh and eat it. Okay. I've seen men tell Jake to go to the store and buy a bag of potato chips because we ain't up here talking about no chips. All right. So I've seen a lot of mocking and scoffing from quote unquote notable teachers in Israel when it comes to this prophecy. So they laugh and they mock, but they can't see how this is going to play out. So what's going to happen? They're going to perish. All right. They're going to perish. And it says, come, let us go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. See? So seeing what? Seeing into the future. Oh, I could see that. Don't you ever heard someone say, oh, I could see that. I could see that happening. So can you see this prophecy happening? Now, I'm just curious. I want to see what the word seer goes into. I may even check the commentary. Just see. Seer, prophet, vision. First thing that comes to mind, Habakkuk 2. Just going to get that real quick. And like I said in the beginning, I just wanted to touch on this topic because I was listening to Elder Apostle Kabar speaking about how you have to visualize this. Okay. God answers the prophet. All right. Habakkuk 2:3. Let's see a translation. But okay, so it all says vision. Perfect. All right. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision, all right, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Meaning what? In the future, so it's not now. So can you see it? Can you see it before it happens? What was the movie? Waterboy, he said, visualize the attack. Okay, that's an actual real thing where you have to visualize, this. All right. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it. And while it's tarrying, you have people scoffing, mocking. You have people breaking the scriptures down wrong, prophesizing falsely unto you. But what are they going to do when the prophecy becomes for real? When the prophecy's taking place in real time, okay? That's when mouths are going to stop, because that's when false prophets' time runs out, all right? Right now, they have the quote-unquote luxury of saying whatever they want because prophecy isn't here yet. But when prophecy comes to the door, you're going to have to answer it. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Now, check this out. When you look this word vision up, if I'm not mistaken, just give me a moment. I'm going to wrap it up. Just doing a quick hit. Vision, oracle, prophecy. So it says, so we're speaking with a divine communication. Speaking prophetically is divine communication. Okay, look, revelation. All right. So for Jake, all right, for these Israelites to discredit this prophecy, all right, you're really listening to a false prophet's rhetoric, and it's not wise. Okay, you have camps out here, HOI, Wi-Fi, IUIC, ISUPK. They all say that the MOTB is something different, but they all will say that it's not the RFID chip. Isn't that funny? So here we have divine communication that's letting us know what's going to be coming in the future, and they're just blowing it off as it's nothing. But then they can sit up, in Moses' seat as if they're this divine oracle, but they're not giving you the divine communication of Yahweh Bashim Shai. How funny is that? How funny is that? So seer, prophet, vision, okay, and blesses your eyes that you can see it, and we can see it playing out. All right, we see it playing out even in our lifetime. Okay, and the number crunchers, all right, Esau, Edom, he sees it playing out because this is his plan. Okay, who would suffer in a cashless society? On the impacts of a cashless society, I think other witnesses have clearly said this is a very effective way. We know that those who suffer most in a cashless society are immigrants, communities, Jake, senior citizens, unbanked or unhoused persons, a bum, right? Or others who are likely to depend on cash. Us. This is why it says, be ye pilgrims. I'll probably end it on that. Pilgrim, which will actually go into the definition of pilgrim as well. All right. It's in 2nd Ezra 15, I believe. 16. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So there's coming a time where when this cashless society rolls out and their mandatory marking is implemented, all right, we're going to have to have an exodus, because it shows you, all right, where was I at? It shows you that we'll be affected. Okay, how are we going to pay rent? See, that's the thing. Jake doesn't want to, there it is. They don't want to accept the near future. Remember, prophecy is reality waiting to happen. Okay. And I'm going to keep saying that as long as Yahweh Shemel Shai keeps it on my spirit to say it. Prophecy is reality waiting to happen. So this reality hasn't happened yet, but they have all the scenarios of what situation you might be in, depending on your position now when they roll this out, which this will be prophecy. Okay. So can you see it? Because clearly Esau can, and Yahweh Shemel Shai has allowed us to see it. All right. So this is why I was told to be pilgrims. A person, Book of Eli, wasn't he a pilgrim? A person traveling to a holy place. That's what we are. Okay. That's what we are. We're in, and when prophecy comes to pass, we are going to be as pilgrims on earth. Okay. But this is what our mind's eye through the Holy Spirit is ready for, because we can see this prophecy coming to pass. So a lot of these Israelites, this is the third time I'm reading it, but I got to read it one more time because it's very powerful. A lot of Israelites are going to perish when prophecy is fulfilled. A lot of Israelites are going to perish when prophecy is fulfilled because they don't have the vision. Okay. They can't see it. That's why a lot of them are going to succumb to this and they're going to accept it. That's why, one more, it's called the hour of temptation. Okay. Where they're going to be tempted. And it reminds me of, I'm being comical, but it reminds me of the short scene in the Simpsons movie when they were lowering the dome and you had a guy who was kind of like, do I stay in? Do I go out? What do I do? What do I do? And then bam, it crushed him. Okay. So he had no stability. And that's what we're going to see. All these great teachers and, all these evangelists and all these guys that put themselves on this plateau, all right, this platform, they're gonna perish, and their people. They're gonna perish and their people. And that was even told to the false prophets in the time of Jeremiah. See, more every time I get ready to close, another prophecy has come to mind. And the Lord said that that not only the prophets would perish, but also the congregation that listened to them. Okay. Let me see. It says, it just came to my mind. I believe it's the book of Jeremiah, but Jeremiah was dealing with false prophets at that time. And the Lord said, I would throw out the false prophet and the people that are listening to him. So the congregation, okay, even the congregants. All right. I'm just looking for it real quick. If I can't find it, it's okay. Got it. Tawadi Abba Shema Shai. So Rev 3 and 10, I got 2 and I'll end it. Rev 3 and 10 and Jeremiah 14. Check this out. Check this out. All right. So Let's go to verse 13. False prophets. All right. Jeremiah 14:13. Then said Lord, power, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine. Then that's another thing. The Lord is going to cut off the vain vision of these false prophets. Okay. All their vain visions and flatteries, that the Lord's about to cut that. All right. It says, but I will give you assured peace in this place. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my names. I sent them not. Right. Where they say, what do they say? They say, Yahweh, how much am I shocked? Yahweh Shai. I don't even know how they say it, man. I don't even know how they say it. All right. They got all types of weird things they say the name of the Lord with too. I mean, it's Hebrew, yeah, but you know. The prophets prophesied lies in my names. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. Right. And these guys, you got guys, ISUPK, Adam Abbott, the Wi-Fi, they all call in the name of the Lord, but they're prophesying you falsely. They call on Yahweh Bashim Shai, but they're prophesying falsely. Okay. And it says, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. And they're not giving you a vision. They're not giving you a vision. They're not breaking it down to put you on so that you can visualize. So you can say, oh, wow, look, I remember the brother saying it's going to go cashless. Oh, I remember the brother saying it's going to be like this. Oh, I remember we were told we're going to have to be pilgrims. But these guys, ain't no chip, ain't no market, don't worry about it. So so one, why not talk about this technology? And two, if it does come about, what should we do as a people? See? Neither spake unto them, they prophesied unto you a false vision and divination. See? So this is why it's important to have a true vision and not a false vision. We're in reality, okay? And a thing of naught and deceit of their heart. Check this out. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim El Shai, concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not, yet they say sword and famine shall not be in this land. Right, they say ain't going to be no mark, okay? Even gone as far as saying there'll be no Jacob's trouble, then they recanted, all right? Sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. So if you prophesize and you say that the MOTB isn't the MOTB, then the MOTB prophecy will be fulfilled by you taking it. Every Israelite that teaches against the MOTB is going to take it, okay? Because you said it wasn't going to happen. I'm going to have it happen to you so that you know this prophecy was true. That's a scary thing. So not only the false prophet, but all the people listening, you should get away from them. Get away from these guys. We're telling you, we're warning you. But if you don't, well, go bear with them. And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. And they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. You see that? So Yahweh Bashim El Shai is not playing, okay? So at the end of the day, when this prophecy comes to pass, they will not be kept by the word of Yahweh Shai. They will not be kept in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. They're going to be taken and thrown down by this prophecy because they imagine a vain thing, because they have no vision. They have a false vision. Prophecy is going to smack false prophets right in the face. Rev 3 and 10, because now us that didn't listen to them, that hearkened to the gospel of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, that really believes, that really can see it, right? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? Not kept these other guys' weird calendar, high holy days, not kept these unity camps, not keeping the Kwam Yasharallah, but keeping this true doctrine. Yahweh Shai said, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, but they're not going to be kept. They're gonna fall head over heels into it. It says, will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Now, how are people going to be tried on earth? All right, I'm going to go into it as I always do. When you go into this word try, okay, how are people going to be tried? How are people going to be tried? They're going to be tried in a bad sense to test one maliciously, okay? They're going to test your faith by enticement to sin through what? Through the idea of piercing. See? Plain as day, okay? So if one questions the MOTB, you need to ask, what is the hour of temptation? So that's it. I just wanted to do that lesson real quick. All right. I just wanted to touch on that. Can you see this prophecy? Can you see this prophecy come to pass? We can actually see it. It's believable. It's real. Okay. You believe that there's a third war. You believe that there's a kingdom. You also have to believe this is a part of prophecy that has to be fulfilled before we can get there. So I pray that this lesson was edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bahar Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. With that being said, Shalom.